Welcome to an interview with Derek James, the winner of the PGA South African National Club Professional Award for 2020. The award process from nomination to motivation to voting by the membership has concluded with your fellow members identifying you as the worthy winner. The PGA membership acknowledged 5 PGA members in the categories of management, club professional, coach, grow golf, and entrepreneur, with one of the 5 to be announced as the PGA Professional of the Year for 2020 at the annual award ceremony that will take place on the 16th of November 2020. Derek, thanks for making yourself available for the Zoom interview. Firstly, congratulations with winning your award.
Thank you, Ivana. I'm very proud.
Great to have you this morning. Let's start. Winning an award in this year full of uncertainties with the COVID pandemic and global crisis is very special. Tell us, what is your secret?
Well, Ivana, first of all, I got to thank you guys, yourself, Louis Destru, our chairman. I got phone calls from Dietrich. So, it was great to know that the PGA was doing things. It would have been very easy just to sit back and do nothing. So, first of all, well done to you guys for what you did. And then what we did at Southbroom Pro Shop, and me and my staff, we did things. We made sure we stayed in contact with our members. Our newsletter carried on. I did swing tips that I put out on my newsletter, which went to YouTube. So the first chance we had to open the shop, we're not in the same building as the clubhouse, so we could open before they could. So we opened even from sort of 8 till 12 in the mornings, just getting the whole ball rolling. So I think the biggest thing that we did is we got on and did things and planned for the future coming out of the lockdown. Yeah.
But generally, your engagement with your membership is excellent on a week-to-week basis, and you continued that through the crisis.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and our newsletter goes out, well, obviously to the members, to visitors, to our members around the world. People wanted to know what's happening, and I think communication with them, and they just love it. They love to get, people tell us the first thing they do on a Friday or Saturday morning is open the newsletter from Southbroom. So staying in touch with the members and our guests and our visitors, just letting them know that we're all good and we planning a future. Yeah, they love it.
No, excellent. What have you learned about yourself this year, and what surprised you most about yourself?
Well, I think, Ivana, that's a very good question. I think being positive, it sounds like a bit of a cliche. Let's think positive, but it really does work. I think being positive about going forward, being positive about running events and planning events. We did 2 events, one the end of September, one early October, which I was told by a number of people would never happen. And what we did, we just went ahead and planned them and like they were going to happen. And they did happen. And I think just the whole positive attitude, it really works. And I think if, whether you teaching golf, whether you running golf, whatever you're doing, if you've got a positive attitude. So I'm pretty proud of myself and my staff, Sheena, obviously in the shop, and my young assistant, Dane. We were really positive about going forward.
Because it's difficult, and with all the alert levels and the restrictions in place, difficult to make a plan for something, but you have to. You've got to, otherwise, you just procrastinate and nothing ever happens. So well done on that. What would you like to say to future PGA members who go the route of the PGA Professional? What piece of advice do you have for the next generation of PGA members?
Yeah, Ivana. Okay, so the youngsters going forward, I think, technology is changing. So there are a lot of changes in the game, and yet there are some things that'll never change. What I always say about golf, the size of the golf hole has never changed. From the original days, they tried to fiddle with it, and it's never changed, and it's never going to change. So there's some things that are never going to change. And I think what you need to pay attention to are the things that are never going to change. And my advice to youngsters, one, be passionate. If you're not passionate about the game of golf or what you're going to do, you're in the wrong business. We're in a passionate game. the second thing is understand you're going to work hard. We do work long hours, and at times it's a frustrating business because you work hard and you feel like you're not getting much back. The biggest piece of advice I would give the youngsters: learn names. If you know names of people, it is amazing. The walls you break down, the barriers you break down, if you know somebody's name. So first of all, learn names. And that's got, that's not, I tell you, that's going to go forward. You better know names. And the next thing is make sure they know your name. Quite often I'll speak to somebody and they said, so-and-so at so-and-so club was so good to me and whatever. So I say, who was it? They say, well, it was the youngster. And for me, that's sad that they didn't know the guy's name. So make sure people know your name. We're in that business where, now, if you look at the golf professionals on tour, the pro golfers, they've all got their names on their bags. There's a very good reason. If they do something special, they want people to know that. And make sure you know their name and make sure they know your name. I think this would be my best advice.
No, that's actually so true. Often someone says, I had a great experience at a club. Your PGA member was excellent. And you ask, well, what was the person's name? And that, well, tall guy, that.
Yeah. How sad.
Yeah. Okay. And I get that learning someone's name is so important. Your members and growing that family and that communities. Write
the names down. Have a list of names. You can check. Often you can cheat a little. You have a sheet of whoever's coming to play tomorrow, and just check and you run through it, and you see a name and you know that guy. But what happens is you get sideswiped because the guy walks in and you're not quite sure. But if you know his name, it's just absolutely amazing. No names.
Excellent piece of advice. How would you use being the recipient of this award to influence others, and how will it impact your future goals and ambitions?
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, it's a fantastic award, and in a way, it's quite humbling because I know there's so many other guys out there and girls who do such a great job. So to have been voted by the other pros to win this award is amazing. And it's a way of me being able to, you got this award, so you can say, well, I won this thing, so I'm obviously doing okay. And let me give you some advice, youngsters. And so I will use it to promote the PGA and promote the business. I mean, I do that already. Anybody who's interested in thinking about this sort of line, I'm always trying to be really positive about it because golf has gone through a tough time, but I do believe it's going to come out of it. And the whole time I'm trying to market, guys, get involved. If you're passionate about golf, it's definitely a line of business. And the greatest thing with golf business, the golf business, there's so many avenues. And we've had great guys who've been club pros and then they now working in another line in the business, but they're selling equipment or they whatever. So, I mean, there's so many different lines and there's no question. I think just talking about it, and one of the easy things is, not the easy, but I mean, you club pro of the year. So somebody looks at you in a different light, I think, that maybe with a little more respect or whatever. And they think, okay, maybe I should listen to this guy. So I will just carry on talking about the game, talking about the history of the game, talking about the way forward and the future. And I think we have a very exciting future in the game of golf.
No, it's so true because it's amazing to think that 20, 30 years ago, if you weren't to be a PGA member, you had to be club-based. You couldn't work in any other aspect of the industry external to a golf club. And how that's changed and how our membership now has, you've got people running off-course retail, on-course retail, all sorts of different merchandise and reps. And it's lovely to see people in every aspect of the game, or PGA members in every aspect of the game, should I say.
Yeah, and I think that's exciting. Yeah.
And there's growth. There's growth globally, which is great.
Yeah.
The purpose of the PGA is touching lives to the game of golf. How do you, in your work, touch lives to the game of golf?
Well, that's where I would come back to the passion of it. we every single day, we touching lives. People walk in, they come in to play golf, or you're a teacher. I mean, I teach as well. You know, if I can help a 15 handicap become a 12 handicap, I've touched his life or her life. So we're doing that on every single day of our lives. We're touching people's lives through golf. So yeah, absolutely. I think I've tried to build a business out of just being kind. You know, be kind to somebody. They coming to your club to actually have a good day and a fun day. So be nice. And a guy, you know, he might have not the greatest experience at your club for whatever reason. He kept three putting, or your greens weren't as good as could be. Just be nice and be good to them, and know their name again. You know, it's that relationship that you have with people. It becomes an automatic touching lives. Be nice, be kind, and you'll be amazing what you build. Yeah.
Excellent message. Tell us about a teacher or mentor who made an impact on you or set you on your present path.
Yeah. Okay. So, Yvonne, I suppose for me, there are a few guys that, I mean, you talk about the guys that were in, you know, the older guys. Now I'm giving my age away. I mean, guys like Ken Elkin at Mowbray, you might not even know the name. When I did national service down in Cape Town for 2 years, he was amazing to me. He was at Mowbray, amazing to me. George Farmer was at Royal Durban for a while. Amazing guy and good player, George Farmer. So those are names that are in the history books, but definitely had an influence on me as a youngster. But then, you know, I played the tour for 14 years. And I think there were guys like John Bland, Mark McNulty, who I played a lot of golf with, and I still do a bit now. And I think what their influence on me was they were very, very professional. I think if you're going to the very word professional, we professionals, we golf professionals, we club professionals. And I think one of the tricks to doing nicely in the game, in the industry, is being professional. And Blandy and Mark McNulty, such professional guys, you know, and I know it was just the playing part of it. But if you take their professionalism into working behind a desk, working at a shop counter, teaching, selling golf equipment, if you're professional, you've got a step ahead of everybody else. And yeah, I mean, I learned a lot from Bobby Moult in America. You remember Bobby Moult, who used to bring players out here. I used to go and spend time with him at Pleasant Valley in just outside Boston. Big influence on me. I think Jeff Claus, you know, I've had over the years, if I've had little ideas I need to bounce around and bounce off somebody, I'd phone Jeff Claus. So Jeff Claus, what a golf master he is. So yeah, there are a lot of people, and you know, I would love to be a person that somebody could phone, and a youngster could phone and ask for advice. So there are a lot of people out there, but you know, there's so many people actually that have helped me and influenced my way forward. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, plenty mentors. Who's most proud of you winning this award?
Well, I suppose the first thing I've got to say is obviously my family and my friends. But I tell you, yeah, the most proud, I mean, I think my family and friends would be proud of me if I three-putt. But obviously, you know, I don't three-putt anymore. But I think the biggest thing for me of being proud are my members, the messages that I've got from my members and the people that come to the guests that come to Southbroom. Some of them not members, they just know me from around the world. I think the fact that they've been really proud of me has been fantastic. And the messages that I've got of my members that you know, sometimes, yeah, you know, you work really hard and we all like to be congratulated. And so the proudness that my members have shown me is probably the best. Yeah.
No, I think members are always proud of their PGA professional, and it's great to see it. So, If you could do one thing that would forever leave your mark on the golf industry, what would it be?
I think, I think being a little bit of a mentor, being, being known as that guy that was really kind to us, that really helped us, that helped me play better. If I can be known as somebody who enriched people's lives through the game of golf, that would be super special. Absolutely. Somebody if they can remember me as a kind guy, a guy that helped, that would be wonderful.
It's a continued great message, I think, that you're sharing, Derek. So it has been a pleasure interviewing you and providing some insight into how you live the PGA purpose of touching lives through the game of golf. I look forward to the annual award ceremony on the 16th November 2020 and the announcement of the PGA Professional of the Year for 2020. Stay safe
Wonderful.
And stay healthy. Thanks so much for your time.
You guys too. Great job you're doing. We look forward to seeing you up in Johannesburg and seeing all the guys again. Wonderful.